What are you doing to me, chat? What are you doing to me, chat? Good morning. I see y'all talking in here, conspiring against me. You started it. I didn't start. GHP started it. Is it loud today? I'm loud. I'm talking loud. That okay? That's loud. I end up. That was loud. I end up listening to music or stuff like when I'm working later, and I do tend to turn it up. So who knows what's going on here? All right, we got a giveaway to do. Brian Knight. Good morning, everyone. I'll catch up on all the platitudes here momentarily. We got to give something away though. Boom, boom. Oh man, we got to. Apparently, I'm into cleaning out this pen case situation. This pen case shelf in the closet. So it's a little dusty, but it's for a good reason. Because it actually attracts dust. Thought I was gonna miss the stream when the fire alarm went off at work. Oh no! Hopefully it was just an accident, nothing serious, right? All right, let's see here. Let me adjust the screen appropriately. I say this all the time. Y'all know I'm hyperbolic, but this is a pretty good case. This is pretty good. This is some hot Notco action here. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? False alarm. Nice. Boom. Waxed canvas Sinclair. Oh, excuse me, Brasstown. Sinclair. Waxed canvas Brasstown, chat. Do I even have one of these? Should I keep this for myself? I don't know that I have one of these. This is just something I randomly, like, I literally don't see that when this shelf is like buried and back in there. I just reached in there and grabbed something. Didn't know this was in there. It's a little dusty, but we'll take care of that. We'll take care of that. Got a waffle if you want it. I can't enter. I've tried. Yeah, I might have kept one of these for me. So yeah, this is the wax canvas one. I think, did we do this for a Kickstarter? I can't remember. This is really sick. This is a great case. Yes, so enjoy your cases. Anyone can enter, anyone can win. Yeah, except you can't be the owner of the bot. Currently, we're using one of these at home. Nice. Olive Octopus is mega streaking. We need a mega streak. Like, I feel like 45. Like, you're getting into, like, mega streak territory. Although, I don't know if I'd be streaking in Nashville right now. It's pretty chilly. It's chilly here. You can tell I got the puffy on today. It's a little bit chilly. I was just looking. Was Toby there? I got the little space heater going. Keep that one. I think I have. I probably got one somewhere. I probably got someone. All right, let's give it away. Brian Knight. Let's see. Man, I'm gonna do a terrible giveaway next. Next giveaway, chat, is it's gonna suck. Just so y'all know, I'm gonna give away like a sticker or something, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. These giveaways are all too good. It's too good. I'm too nice to y'all, chat. What am I thinking? Exclamation point waffle! Exclamation point waffle! Anyone can enter. Anyone can win. You don't have to be a follower, member, subscriber. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide. You must be present to win. You must email me your shipping address. Speaking of shipping, I am shipping today. I have more to do than I thought, so we're not going to go too long on the stream today. Maybe an hour and a half. I'm just going to play with some fountain pens, and then I'm kind of behind. So we're not going to go too long today. So I will be, if you win this, I will ship it today if you send me your address. I'm going to step away 2 seconds real quick, blow my nose, be right back. All right, we back. Yeah, so another good day to ask me anything. We're just gonna chill. I wanted to. I've got a full tray of pins all of a sudden, so I need to just make sure they're all going well. Need to get some in use. Need to play around with some of them. Blog Wall to 43 months of subbing. Let's go. Let's go. Man, Derek streaking 45 times. The Mickey Winter Vlad streaking. Ty streaking. GHP streaking. I missed out all these streakings. And Rob, thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate you. I was too busy getting my ears blown out. So thank you all. Thank you all. Switch to a shipping stream. I almost ran out there. I realized about 5 minutes before I kicked this off, I was like, today should have been a shipping stream day. But it's okay. I think let's do this, and then maybe I'll do a shipping stream afterwards. We'll see. Because it's a pretty decent amount, so I'll be out there for a while. Are you going to Caps? No. I have not decided between Chicago and Houston yet, because I have not been confirmed on the St. Jude thing. That's my hang up right now is waiting on that, which we should know this month, but the month is almost over. So, because if I do, it's going to be right around that time frame. So that end of April time frame. So it's TBD. So no. So that one has not been decided. I have decided Atlanta, St. Louis, Brooklyn Stationery Fest, and then TBD. Is that a pin roll in the pouch? Yes. Yeah, so this is called the Brasstown. This is from my company Knock that no longer exists. So what you do is you just put all your stuff in here like this, and we designed it so that you can clip everything on here. And thoughts on the Tokyo Inklings podcast? Yeah, we'll do that in just a second. I just finished listening this morning. It was great. So we do this, and then so you have this, and you take this flap here, right? So there's an extra piece. If you put that over like your first clip, none of the clips will touch. So you just keep rolling, and they be hating. And then you pop it in like that. Boom. And then you have more stuff you can fill in here. It actually holds quite a bit. So yeah. You get all those pins too? No. We're going to take these out. So let me finish the giveaway, then we'll do the Tokyo Inklings recap. And we'll talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. So yeah, really good. That's so smart. I know. It's almost like someone should make a company that makes this. Did you get a manicure? No, I actually need to trim my nails. See there, I'm bending them and breaking them. So yeah, probably by tomorrow I'll have a bunch of broken nails. So no, they're just long. Any thoughts on the Atlibi cases? I'm familiar with the name, but I don't know that I'm. Do you have a link? I'd have to look at them again. I recall the name, but I don't know that I've actually researched them more. If you have a link, fire it away, and we'll take a look at it. All right, y'all got 2 minutes left! Exclamation point waffle for this. Good morning, just in time for the waffle. Yes, early waffling this morning. Exclamation point waffle. You're an Atliba fangirl? Well, I need to look at this. I'm familiar with the name, but not the game. There it is. Okay, let's take a look real quick. Let's see. Okay, so is it like this? So that's cool. I do like that. Right? It's got the flap to separate the clips. I mean, that's a good design. I like that. Is this the one we're talking about, or is there a different one? Oh, this is the link you sent me. Yeah. I like that. What does the outside look like? Oh, they have bigger ones? Okay. That looks nice. I like it. Yeah, I'd be into this. For sure. Yeah, like this one. I think this is the one we're looking at. I like that. Yeah, I'm in. Looks great. You were cooking and totally forgot to check Twitch. We'll do !waffle because we are doing a waffle. Do you see that Endless has the Sailor 1911 casual large for 109? Okay, that's the normal price, right? But it's in stock. So that's the steel nib 1911L. Yeah. Do they do any besides black? I mean, I like the black, but do they do any? Okay, here's a tan one. I'd be down with that. Oh, I'm in brown. Right when I said that, here come all the other colors. Oh, and they do the different zipper tape here. I like the zipper tape ones. What's up, Jesse? 59 months of subbing. Let's go. Yeah, I like the zipper tape colors here. These are cool. These look great. Y'all, I would be compelled. Yeah, these are nice. And I like the pebble style. Yeah, cool stuff. I like it. I like it. All right, let's do these. Let's do this giveaway. Oh yeah, here's the good picture. This is the one. I like that one. That is very stuffed. It's very stuffed. Yeah, I think I like this one the best, the light one. That's why we focus on a design that allows you to open it wide 180 degrees so that you can enjoy that pleasure to the fullest. Thought I'd just read that to you. Oh, you have one in your... Okay, cool. Dark will hide ink stains, light will accentuate them, or... Like in my case, you don't care. You get the one that you like, and if you stain it, it happens. Yeah, I couldn't care less. I have never bought something to worry about whether I'm going to stain it or not. I'll just stain it because I buy the one that I like. All right, last call on the waffle. ! Waffle. We'll close this down in about 10 seconds after I eat this. Drink this coffee. Clips touching would stress me. They have a flap over the right side. So there's at least some separation. So close the one side and fold it over. It would still be a lot. I wouldn't like overstuff that left side like they do in the images. That's like a little too much. I would spread them out a little bit. All right, this giveaway's closed. Giveaway is closed. Whoops. All right, let's pick a winner. And thank you, Brian. Thank you for the points redemption here. Boom. Julia here. And this has been a while. Have you, like, it's been a while since you won. You've definitely won before. Like, once, maybe. Right? Yes, no, maybe. Julia here wins. Is Julia... Yep. You've never won? I swore I thought you won once. Oh, sick. Well, then, yay. Great. Awesome. Congratulations. All right. Pick a breakfast, buddy. Yay. Nice. Eggs, please. Let's go. All right. Email me your shipping address, hello@penaddict.com. If you email it, like, now-ish, I'll ship it today. Because that's what we're doing after this. And congratulations. Whoop. And I have your video saved about Tokyo that I just realized was like a month ago. For some reason, my subscriptions weren't keeping me up. I was like, oh, this is new. And it's like a month ago. Whoops. So I got to watch that still. Your Twitch is acting up. We're acting up on Twitch. Enjoy lots of rambling, I assure you. Nice. I mean, have you listened to me ever? Oh my god. The creative refills, I don't know if it's come out yet. I don't think it's come out yet. Poor Job having to edit me. I feel for Job. Having to edit. I talked a lot. I talked a lot. Twitch is on one this morning. Sorry, chat. All right. Okay. Julia, that's going in the tote because I'm going to ship right after this. Tokyo Inklings podcast. Let's talk about that real quick. And we'll talk about this on the show tomorrow. Actually, not that much to talk about. Because it was a really good episode. Can't wait for creative refills to come out. Oh, I talked a lot. All right. If y'all aren't familiar with the Tokyo Inklings podcast, you should go listen. So Jacob and CY, I've known them for a long time. So most recent episode, Hold My Beer. That was a good title. So they are in Japan. If you're not familiar with them, they're both in Japan. And they have really good insights on how that Japanese market works, especially related to fountain pens, because that's what they love. And Jacob's in the finance world, and he can break down all the public information from Sailor and Pilot, all the finances. Yeah, Fude Fan. Jacob is known as Fude Fan on YouTube. So yeah, they were talking about doing all that stuff, doing all the how all the price breakdown and all the different things, and they were talking about some of the stuff that we had shared on the Pen Addict. And towards the end, CY was like, "All right, I got to disagree with Brad now, or disagree with Pen Addict," and his spicy take. And I think I texted him. I think he actually agreed with me on everything. I think we actually agreed across the board on everything that he was saying. So it was funny. So it was a really good episode. Yeah. So they do Jacob will break down the financials. One of the great things. Oh, thank you, Cold Hands. I love this jacket. One of the great things that Jacob will do is he'll break down the financials, and the best thing either one of them said is something that we always I've said this on the Pen Addict podcast before. Inky Rocks has been on the show a lot. Yes. Does she not live there anymore? I'm not sure. Jacob said that he was talking about Pilot specifically, but I think he was just saying in general that fountain pens, the premium writing. She moved back to the U.S.? Okay, I didn't realize that. Because I know she was at D.C. last year, but I didn't know she lived there. Okay. Jacob said that the luxury writing is a rounding error on Pilot spreadsheets, on Pilot's accounting. And that's something we all have to keep in mind. And I've mentioned that before when we've talked about Pelican and stuff like that. So yeah. It was a really good episode. Go talk to it. CY was going to be a hot take merchant, and we ended up agreeing on almost everything. So it was funny. I enjoyed it. So they did a good job. They had some really good. They add a lot of really good context to all the price increase stuff. And CY is making a steel nib after he yelled at me for saying I prefer steel nibs. He didn't yell at me. Yeah, and they can put a lot of historical perspective in it. Yeah, it's really, really good perspective that I just don't have. So it's good. I've had CY on the Pen Addict before. So anyway, go listen to that. It's good stuff. They don't record that often, so just subscribe, pop it in your feed, and check them out whenever they pop it on. As a consumer, it's hard to square the idea that fine writing is a rounding error on their spreadsheets, and also they absolutely must increase prices in order to keep that side of the business afloat. Well, to their point, they haven't increased the prices in 20 years. Didn't I have Jacob on too? I think so. Yeah, I've had Jacob I've had Jacob on. Or maybe CY was friend of the show, or both. I can't remember. Jacob's Japanese with German accent. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. Actually, I think the point, Dr. Mr. Punny, is that it's a pretty small percentage of their bottom line. But, maybe that leads into other things. Yeah, I was Mafia Geek. I was looking at that. I want to talk about that. I think Jacob's Austrian, if I'm not mistaken. I think Jacob's Austrian. I could be wrong. Maybe he's Swedish. I can't remember. Yeah. So yeah, I was looking at the Platinum 3776. The new model, and I've been trying to sort out what the differences are. Like they said they changed the slip and seal. Yeah, I don't think anyone's saying that they're really running at a loss. I'm just saying that other business units are the big fish and the luxury fountain pens are the small fish. How do you sign up to be a friend of the show guest? Just email me. So let's look here. I was trying to decipher this. So the two things that I noticed is the nib etching has changed, and then they said they changed the slip and seal mechanism. So the key improvements: dramatically improved slip and seal performance. Has anyone had bad slip and seal performance? I think that's what they're one of their best selling points is it's always been really good. Re-engineered to deliver over 3 years of airtight performance, up from 2 years, chat. Up from 2 years. So we'll talk about this tomorrow on the podcast. I have this in the show notes already. Clearer, cleaner ink visibility. Okay. So it's more like they finished the barrel a little bit different. Airtight rear section. Newly added rubber ring reinforces the joint. Okay, fair enough. So this joint back here. So you can see just from a mechanical perspective, these seals can lose some air tightness. I've never had that happen. I mean, I guess technically it could happen, but whatever. It's fine. Stronger, more stable grip section. The gripping section has been completely redesigned for improved durability, easier maintenance, and more stable long-form writing. This is what I couldn't tell here. Can we embiggen? It looks like it's got a small ridge here, right here in this part. Whoops, dang it. Right here, there's a ridge where there didn't used to be one. Yeah, so I don't totally know what the difference is going to be here. So, it's just a flat piece here, no ridge, compared to, it looks like a little bit of a ridge here. And it looks like, yeah, they're saying, I have a seal. Is that ridge on the inside? Maybe? It looks like maybe? The gripping section has been completely redesigned for improved durability, easier maintenance, and more stable long-form writing. Yeah, I don't know totally what we're getting here that's different compared to you can see the grip pretty well here. I don't know how much difference we're getting. There does look like there's an O-ring in there. Has the 3776 always had a pure clear demonstrator? Never as a stock model. They've done some for the Mount Fuji collection they did. Updated nib design, which is different. I'll show you that. Streamlined crown and cleaner transparency. The previous internal nut inside the crown has been eliminated, creating a more open, clear visual line from top to bottom of the pin, individually numbered. Okay, so I don't know how much nut you can see on these. Let's get a different picture here. They don't have a great picture of the nib. I saw somewhere else had a better picture of the nib I was looking at. Okay, so on the top here, right here, this part, I guess, has been moved out. Tiber Swimmer, 39 months of subbing. Let's go. They have cracks in the grip section. So up here, you can see there's like some hardware. I'm assuming that's the nut up above, like in the top here that you can see, where it looks like that's been dropped, like it's lower, I'm guessing. Something like that. Oh, I guess you can see the nib a little bit clearer here. So the nib, you can see the design is a little bit different. So this will be, I guess, the stock nib going forward, which is like, they always had a good stock nib before, I thought, which is here. So the more straight lines, like that. I don't know, I kind of like this one. And then you're getting into like they have a little bit more flair in the designs right here and curvature. Do I like the old one better? I might like the old one better. I don't know. It's not bad. Both are good. That step is definitely on the inside. But what is it? Just like structural? Maybe, me. Maybe it's just like structural. So yeah, it does look on this picture. You can see it on the inside because it's not raised on the outside. So on the inside, I guess it's just almost like a double layer of like structure. So I don't know if it's all around more durable. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that it was needed, but it's also like they're making a bunch of small tweaks to make it overall better. I mean, they got to justify like the price increase, right? So that's one of the reasons. So yeah. Do you think the slip and seal contributed to the section cracking? No, I don't think so. Even though it would like press down on the section, right? That's the idea. Like I don't have one that you can see. I don't think you can. You can maybe see it on here. So when you look at the slip and seal mechanism, so let me unscrew it first. So you can see in the cap right here, from like here to here. So it's spring loaded up here, and then when you screw in the pin, it's going to bump this edge right up against this. So could that pressure, let's see here. Are you saying, did this pressure lead to extra stress in the section? I didn't know section cracking was a thing. Yeah, this is the Misty Mountain one. I didn't know that they had problems cracking. I've never heard of anything. You don't feel it when you put it in there. It doesn't feel like there's any pressure when you sleeve this in, right? It doesn't. The white one, the section cracks, when they did the white version and the green version like a year or two ago. But like you don't feel it. It just kind of sits against it, and I don't even feel like a bump. And like it doesn't fire out the pin like the Estabrooks will. The Estabrooks you can kind of like push them in and they just kind of pop out. Like you're definitely pushing against that spring. These you don't feel this. So I didn't know that was a thing, but they made it better. Lots of people, myself included, got craps on the section, but they're from inside the section. Are they happening on on the nib side or like on the thread side? Like, are they happening down here, like towards the nib end, or towards the back? Brad, Twisby Incos have ink last more than 3 years, and they did need a redesign for it. Well, you know, you got to hashtag market. You know, sometimes you need to, sometimes you don't. The nib side, I would assume the nib side. What's up, SD? On my Leela's was from the nib. Yeah, I would assume it was from the nib. That's where it's first saying it. The ones I've seen seem to be from how tight the nib and feed was fitting. So just this connection here, which I don't think we can see on the new pictures. So yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not the excuse for price increase. It just makes them feel good about themselves. Where was I looking here? Yeah. Interesting. So it'll be interesting to see. Oops, sorry. I thought I was looking at the Interesting. So maybe it's just thicker up in here. So yeah, like it's not a big enough change to go, oh man, look at that new 3776. It's just like minor changes to make it a little bit better, right? So I think overall, no big deal. This is the bigger deal. Our price. I love the Con Pico candy. I don't know what that means. Oh, the coffee candy. Nice. That's so good, isn't it? I love it. So, yeah. Continuing to evolve even after 15 years. So, we'll talk about this on the podcast tomorrow, but it's not... This is honestly an expectation of companies to continue to work on their product, right? They should continue to work on their products. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that there was much to change, but if it's a little bit better, it's a little bit better. It's still a crazy expensive pen. It's crazy. Do you see Inkdependent's Mike's Orochimaru Gutierrez? No, did he do that yesterday? I need to put mine on Instagram or something. It's hard to read that. What was his S tiers? Saw it on his Discord? Gotcha. I'm not in the Discord. What was his S tiers? Konpeki S tier. I could see that. I definitely think Konpeki is probably an S tier for a lot of people. Was that the only S tier? All right, let me test out. Let me see what we got going here. Yamabudo, maybe. Gotcha. All right, we got some good stuff inked up right now that I need to be using. I'm not using them quite enough. There were like 3. Gotcha. So yeah, I've been using the Lamy Safari with the Wet Pen Blackberry. This has been really good. The Sailor. Oh, this is so nice. Sailor Extra Fine Seagull. So I just want to go through these and test them. Make sure everything's writing good. Because I haven't used all of them that much. I figured you'd put them all in B or C. Yeah. I get that too. I get that too. Fuyugaki, Shinryoku, Rika, Konpeki, Sungo. That was S tier. Gotcha. Seungyo is the one I couldn't figure out. Like, I've never really actively used that one, so I could see changing that one. All right, so I just wanted to play around with this a little bit, see what we got here. So I just inked up. I don't want new inks from Pilot. I want new bottle. The cap sucks. It gets a little bit crispy, right? Any inked with a Roshizuku S tier? No. I don't have any inked with a Roshizuku S tier. It's a good point. I have Shinkai inked up, is it? And I actually have a problem with this Shinkai. Not a problem, but we'll get to it in a minute. I'll show you. The cap annoys me. It's a very sticky cap. Like, it definitely dries out and it gets a little crispy. No cap? True. Interesting, only one US and one European origin pin in my list. 2 European, because I got 2 Lamis inked up. I'd say this is probably my ratio. Mostly Japanese, right? So yeah, the TWSBI ink is the turquoise. Like, I'm getting closer to doing these reviews, chat, I swear. What do you use to keep your notebooks upright on your desk? The speaker. The speaker next to my computer. I have the Urushi Lamy Safari, which is kind of cheating. Turquoise de Perse. Yeah, my notebooks are literally leaning against the speaker. Between the speaker and the riser for the monitor. The other notebooks I keep on the stationary stack. What's it called? Addy, that I can't pronounce the name. Or forget the name. Starts with a Z. It's right behind my desk, and the notebooks are stacked up in there. I just haven't found a new home for it yet. But it's close by. 1.5. 1.5. What's the 1.5 US? Oh, because, yeah, I guess Brooks did the... I see what you're saying, yeah. This is a very... I haven't used this one before. Oh, man, I already misspelled. Damn it. This is a very nice turquoise. It's a little bit shimmery. Oh, wow, you can't see that at all. Good morning, Omaha Dad Games. Yesterday I said Rhodey is one of my favorite papers. What other paper in that vein would you suggest? Midori. Life. Pretty shimmery. Yeah, Midori, Life, Moramon. Moramon, maybe. None of them are as glossy as Rhodia, as coated, but still, like, perform insanely well. So this is a 1.1 stub? Yeah, 1.1 stub. Isn't Midori unpaper uncoated? I don't know that I would call it uncoated, but it's definitely not in the realm of, like, a Rhodia. Clairefontaine, too. Clairefontaine's great. Here to enjoy stationery and bully Brad. Get in line. Get in line. But this color has been really nice. So you use stubs? I love stubs, yeah. I do. I mean, they make my handwriting look great. I do. So this is what I was talking about. So I have the Shinkai cartridge in here. It's consistently darker than all the Shinkai that I've used. I think it's because this is a very wet nib, and so it's getting a lot more ink on the page, so it's darker. Is Midori and Traveler's Company the same paper? No. But they're both excellent and owned by the same company, but it's not the exact same paper because they will actually sell Midori refills for the Travelers. I recently discovered that I love the way stubs would make my handwriting work. Anyone have a favorite stub? So Pilots, I think they call it, did they just call it the C, or what do they call the Pilot stub? It's like a 0.9 millimeter. It's great. So this Shinkai, I think, because it's so wet, is really dark. CM. Sue is the big stub. I'm thinking of the cursive italic one. Yeah, CM. So yeah, Sue is the SU is the big gold nib stub. I was thinking the steel CM for it's their cursive italic, but yes, yeah. I said that wrong. That was my bad. But yes, Sue Tab is the big one for the gold nibs, which I don't care for that much. It's a little bit blocky. The CM is definitely more my style. So that's a very, very dark Shinkai because this is a very wet. Found a Prera with CM nib. Yeah, so they've been doing this, the Prera. If you can ever find the Plumix, I don't know if they still have the Plumix. The Lamy stub is a good one because I like the untipped ones like y'all are talking about, which is what this is, right? So you can get like the Sue, SU. See how this is like a pretty flat nib? The SU on the Pilot, if you go look at the Pilot picture, I don't have one, it's more of a block, right? So it has heavy tipping. I prefer the no tipping styles of stubs and cursive italics. This is a Twisby. The Lamy's good. The Pilot CM is also good. Or you can just get one ground. So this is a medium. Yeah, medium Pilot 74. And this is Pilot Turquoise. Spelled turquoise right that time. So this is a really good, this is a grind. The way I hold my pen makes stubs look like architects. Yeah, well then you need to get an architect to make it look like a stub. So that's a finer stub, if you will, medium Japanese stub. That's definitely more my handwriting, like my normal handwriting would look something like this. Right, so that would be like what I would normally look like. But then you get into something totally gnarly like this. So that's a Pilot PO nib. And then you have a stock Sailor Extra Fine, which is just as fine as the PO. Well, maybe a little bit, but no, not as fine. I lied. Lamy turquoise? No. Pilot turquoise. The finer the nib, you smaller you write. Crazy. Crazy. You should put that on a t-shirt. I asked earlier, but you may have missed it. I definitely. For the podcast, could you bring on an ink maker to talk about what goes into making inks and how Sheen works? Yes. I've asked a couple. Should probably see if I could get Bert from Andorilium because he does classes on that. So he's probably the person I should ask now. Yes, that's something I've been meaning to do for sure. You need progressives? I have progressives. So if you ever see me doing this, there was just a great YouTube video with Lax for nib stuff. I think the Gentleman Station or the Paper Trails, I think, just did an interview with Matthew Chin. What's up, Dutch Bill? Electricity failure? Hopefully it's just temporary. Well, I mean, I guess if you're back, it's on. Hopefully not too bad. Just thinking about a lot of people here in the U.S. are probably still without power. But yeah, hopefully it didn't last long. You need that T-Link? Which one? This one or this one? 25% in Nashville still without power? Crazy. If you have Ben on, can we please submit questions? Ben who? Ben Walsh? Tip top one? Okay, yeah, that's the that's this one. The G Herbal. Oh, Bert. Yeah. And it's in Bert Andorilium? Yeah. Because I wasn't totally crazy. Out of your current collection, which nib is your main fave? The nib to be the one you wish you can swap in any pin regardless of fitting. That's a really good question. I'll grab it here in a second. It's one of two that are essentially the same. Neither of them are inked up, but my handwriting is just banging. Let me get this junky pen out of the way first. Just test out this. I don't know what this is. This is I mean, when you look up mid in the dictionary, like there's a picture of the Skogsy Elved. Like definition of mid. I don't know why I have this inked up. Oh, there he is. There he is. Best pen. Literally one of my favorites. So my favorite pens are ones that I pick up and they just make me question why I like it so much. And then I can never get to an answer, right? And so that's the way it's hard for me to explain why that makes a really good pen for me. But it's that one of the things that makes a really good pen is that I enjoy it so much without completely understanding why that is. Does that make sense? Right? It's just like sometimes you just don't get it. Sometimes it just is and it works and it's perfect. And that's it. Like there's not more to say. Right? Where like all things considered, this is a complex pen, right? But I don't think about it the same way, right? It's short. It's got a crazy nib. I have to post it. But like I just know it's good because I like how it writes. But this one, I know it's good because I like how it feels. I hope I'm making sense. Are you thinking of popping any other nibs in your Elved? Not now. Excuse me, not now because I have the, I like my cactus nib and then have a perspective grind on it. So I like the shape of it. So this is really just kind of like a nailed it matchup. Yeah. So it's like, I want to use this pen because I like how it writes. Right? I want to use this pen because I question how it feels in a good way. It's hard to explain. So yeah. It just, there's something right and correct about it for me. So, all right, I've glazed Skogsy too much. He can go back to sleep now. So to answer Addie's question, let me just double check. But I think it's the initial reaction is these two, and they're pretty close to the same. What size is your perspective? So I think we did it on a medium or a broad. Medium, which Gina was a little bit tentative to do, but they said that they knew I would like understand the lack of range I would get with it on that nib, so they would do it for me. I don't know that they will always do it. They will always do that for everyone, honestly. Probably won't broaden up. What is a perspective grind? So it's more of like are you familiar with like an architect grind? So basically like a stub grind is a wide horizontal stroke and it's a wide vertical stroke and a thin horizontal stroke, right? So this is a stub nib. So an architect nib is actually the reverse of that. An architect nib would be thin vertically and wide horizontally. What the perspective grind is so take your architect grind, that's that point, and turn it into like a spear tip. So like the tip, like an architect nib grind is very straight and rigid, right? It's like singular, right? Where this is more of a spear tip kind of. Oh, that's a bad thing. But it's got line width differences depending on the angle you hold it. So that's a pretty flat angle, but then you can turn it up and it goes down a little bit like that. So it's hard to see on this one. Because this one doesn't have a ton of variation, but it's basically an architect with like a curve to where you can do different angles depending on your writing angle like this. So it's based on the Naginata Togi grind that Sailor did. So if you can look at an image of that, I don't have another one inked up. So that one's pretty thin, right? So this one is purposefully does not have a lot of line variation. So back to Addie's question. If I could have one nib, and then that was the nib that was used in all my pens, would the perspective nib be the same as CY's Techo nib on the Esterbrook? No. I believe CY's Techo is more pointy? I'd have to double check. Does anyone else know? I don't think the Techo is that take. So, these are my nibs that make my handwriting the most perfect. So this is a medium fine cursive italic. I've done a post on this one. This is a medium fine Japanese nib with the cursive italic. Techo's more pointy, still a play on the architect though. Okay, yeah, I would have to see. But yeah, that sounds familiar to me too. Techo's similar, but it's ground from a B nib. Okay. Vlogwald, yeah. And then this is a fine cursive italic. So right in the same ballpark, right? Medium fine and fine cursive italic. Japanese fine cursive italic, I think, would be the sweet spot for me. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It is the pen that's wrong. So that's just like super clean. Don't have to think about it. This is just like put it down and go, right? And this is gonna make my handwriting work the best. So that's a good one. Do I have an 823 writing sample, right? Like, this is good. Like, I'm happy with this. Like, just to, like, go. That's kind of my jam. Then, do I have an 823 writing sample? I don't think I did. I think all my 823 reviews were not with this grind. Yeah, that's not my pen. This was a giveaway pen. I don't know that I've actually done one with my grind on it. So this is the, what did this have? This had the signature nib on it. So yeah, Japanese fine cursive italic is would be like the perfect nib, sweet spot. Yeah, this is the signature nib. Oh yeah, compared to mine. That was my cleaning joke. See, I can make myself giggle. That was my 823 cleaning joke. We need a review written on that nib. I've got pictures of this for sure. One of my Elveds currently has a 15 Pilot. F in it feels pretty great. Yeah, that's probably like my nib sweet spot. My Postman braved the ice sheets and delivered my spoke bottle C on my birthday. Heck yeah. Oh, glad you like it, Sinister Grackle. Nice. So yeah. So now I'm thinking about getting. I've not done anything with the Fujiyama blue, and I'm debating getting a medium cursive italic. Can you get any kind of grind on a Pilot signature nib? I have one and it's just too broad. I would say you're pretty open. Let me show you this. This doesn't show the underside of it very well, but you have a pretty good amount of tipping on here, right? So you should be able to shape this accordingly. It's I don't have the underside here, which is kind of what you need to see, but yes. In short, it's wide enough underneath to where you could get a grind on there. God, I didn't take any side pictures of this nib. Stupid. Who is this? Yeah, Addy. So that's more so than like a needlepoint, right? The needlepoint I love for like tiny writing, but it doesn't make my handwriting look as nice. So, had a cheap pen that damaged the top clip that often sanded it. Heck yeah. There's a Pen Addict article on my favorite grinds that needs to be written. I'm thinking how many would be on that list. And honestly, it would be a pretty short list, which is okay. How do you differentiate tiny writing and your writing? So I think all writing, like all personal writing, is what comes natural from you when you're not thinking about writing. And if I have, say, a needlepoint and I'm just writing, and I have a fine cursive italic and I'm just writing, my handwriting looks better with a fine cursive italic. Does that make sense? Is the way I think about it, right? I think about not thinking about it, what it's like when I'm not thinking about it. Write the Architect, loving person, write their version. I like architects, I just can't use them all the time. Like I'm good with like the one or two that I have. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. Oh my God, I can't spell. Let's see. I don't think this is what I want. So yeah, oh, here's a different, this is a decent one. This wasn't what I was looking for. Unfortunately, the one I'm looking for is another Skogsy pen. Ugh. Where did I know I reviewed this. There it is. Stupid Skogsy pens. What the deal? Do you have any from Regalia Writing Labs? I do not. And the reason why I don't is because that nib doesn't suit my writing style. Big, flexy, a lot of ink nibs generally don't work for me. So this is a really good architect on this one. There's a good side shot of it. So what's his name? JC did this one for me. Nib Taylor. That's my favorite architect. Currently using one of that guy's Cholas with the F Monarch. This would be a good Monarch pen. This is a chunky pen. This would be a good Monarch pen. You have a Regalia Crossflex. I think they're beautiful. I just don't write that way, right? So like this is my handwriting. And when you have like a big wet flexy type of nib, you need more of a swoopy cursive type of handwriting, and I just don't naturally have that. I found with the FA nib in my Pilot 743, I write with it only in cursive. It makes my handwriting look better. It's so good. Yeah, whatever Aziza likes, I'm the opposite. Yeah, I don't know where JC is. Yeah, if Aziza likes it, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. But like, I like my needle points, but I prefer if I'm just gonna write, if I'm gonna write a book, like if I'm gonna write journaling pages or something, nothing beats like a kind of like a fine cursive italic. All right, let's see what else I got here. I don't really have many nib grinds in here, just the one here and then here. I think, yeah. Everything else is stock. PO, stock, fine, stock. Yeah, I only have 2 grinds inked up. Aziza and Matt Smith, they are my heroes when it comes to pens. I'm literally sitting right here. Like, right here. Wow. Andrew and I are on the opposite end of the spectrum as far as like nibs go. Andrew's been trying to send me like stack nibs for years. They're beautiful. They look good on you. Put it this way, Andrew uses A3 size paper to write because his handwriting's so big. Like, and that's not even like a knock. Like some people's handwriting's so big they have to use A3 paper. Y'all think I'm lying. I'm not lying. You'll be getting a stack from Damien soon. I think I have one. I have maybe... Yeah, I think I have a Damien stack is my only other one. And it's sitting in loose in my tackle box. Laughing at the thought of Brad getting a triple stack having ground to a needlepoint. So my stack does have a fine... So CY made one so I could have a fine point on it, and it's really good. All right, what else we got here? This one's been great. Would you get an Eagle nib if you could? No. One, I'd get a car first. And 2, like, I just wouldn't use it. It's so cool. Like, this stuff is awesome. I appreciate, like, the craftsmanship. It's just... Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I say that, but not. Yeah. I really like Blackberry, chat. That's the wet pen Blackberry. What a good match for this pen. I mean, like, literally nailed it. Yeah, perfect, right? Like literally perfect. I'm pretty happy with this pairing. Cheshire Cat might be up there in like the top 5. Do you use your harmonic nib? Yes. I don't have it inked up right now, but it has a stub grind on it, and it's really nice. So yeah, I love Cheshire Cat. I was thinking I need to ink that up. When the next time I clean some pens, I'm going to ink up the harmonic. This is a great writing nib. I'll probably just leave this as is. So this is a fine. This is a stock fine. And I just have like the Kobe blue in it. I'm really like, I love this pen. I'm not compelled to use anything but blue or blue black in this. Why is that? I think it's just the red bear. With red barrels, I tend to use blues and blue blacks. It's just my thing. Just my thing. So this is a stock fine nib, which is pretty great. Like just for like regular writing. This is what, like Kobe. But like if I put a grind on here, my handwriting looks better. Like this is just basic handwriting. It's not that great. Right, because it's the nib's a little bit rounded. Like I do better with squared off nibs. But it's such a good pen. I'm glad I bought that one. That was the Mickey Winter Vlad's fault. But not really, it was Jimmy's fault. But see, like my handwriting is just kind of average on that. I can make it look better, but it's okay. I'll probably keep that one stock. And then this last one, I can't remember the ink. This is the Kiyo no Oto ink. One of the new ones, but I can't remember the color. Not Oto. So I'm going to see if I have... I haven't played with a steel Pilot Extra Fine nib in a while. I kind of want to play with that next in this Prera. But we'll play with that. That's it. That's what we have inked up. I heard Auto Hut is going out of business. Is that true? I don't know for sure. I've heard some other people say that. But I don't know anything for sure. I've heard. Can you get an architecture grind directly from a website? Some do, yeah. I think Damien, All in the Nib, sells grinds loose, like Yovo grinds. Some pen makers, you can get an architect as an option. Who's one of them? But if you're looking for a loose nib, some of the nib grinders do. Yeah, Auto Hoot going out of business would be interesting because they make pens for other makers like Faber-Castell. I thought they were bought by Faber-Castell. That would make more sense because that's who makes Faber-Castell pens already. Like Auto Hoot is a big kind of like white label manufacturer. I don't know. Dentist nib from Galen. Yep. So some of them you can buy as like an option, but just for loose nibs. Yeah, out of business or being folded in. Yeah. Like I wonder if they have their own product lines. I don't know. I don't know. They were bought out by Faber-Castell and to bring the manufacturing in-house. So will the fountain pens actually go away? Tom Studio, I think, does sell an architect. So will the manufacturing continue, but the product lineup might cease to exist as we currently know it? Maybe. Is that the play? The brand will go away? I guess, yeah. Because it's kind of... Even some of their, like, the pens that they were releasing, you could see, like, the Faber-Castell styling in a lot of those pens. It's like, They're very good quality. I've always enjoyed the Otto Hoots. Interesting news. What do we got here? Oh my God, that's a... Oh, this is just what we need. All right, I'll read this. Jeez Louise. I don't even want to... Do I want to read this? I don't know that I want to read this. Okay. Bologna, January 28th, 2026. Unibrands Corporation and the Simone family unite to reform OMAS in Bologna. Unibrands Corporation and the Simone family are pleased to announce that they will be joining together to reform OMAS in Bologna, creating a new company to carry the OMAS name forward with the care, continuity, and ambition that its legacy deserves. OMAS has long stood as one of Italy's most celebrated makers of fine writing instruments, defined by Bologna, shaped by design, and sustained by the people who have protected its story. This new partnership brings together two complementary strengths: the Simone family's deep historical knowledge and design heritage, and Unibrand's established capabilities in production and global distribution. I'm not going to continue to read this. This is blah, blah, blah. Corporate structure. OMAS will officially be returning to the historic Simone family building at Via Filippo Turati in Bologna this year. Okay. So they're going to make the pens in Italy, I guess. Okay. Cool. I mean, that's better than what it is now, right? Like they're really... yeah, we'll see. But better than... Like, whatever... what do we even have right now? Like, which I guess is the question. So I guess technically it's got to be better because I don't know what we have right now. I thought that was a Novel or Frank thing. Oh, so Unibrands is Frank. Right here. Yeah, so we got that question a few weeks ago on the podcast. I'm like, I have no clue. Literally no. I could not tell you anything about how OMAS works these days or what it even is. Maybe this helps kind of clarify that down the line if they're going to be made in Italy again? Question mark? Like, I literally don't know. Yeah. Go for Scribo or Leonardo. Yeah, who came from the offshoots. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a giveaway, and then I'm going to wrap it up today because I need to get to going. So yeah, like I don't even know to bring that up on the podcast because it's still like it's so confusing to me. That's one I've always had a hard time wrapping my head around that ever since they went out of business, the OMAS stuff. So who knows? Who really knows? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, we need to do this. I said I was going to give this away yesterday. I had the second, yeah, and it's a bit contentious. Yeah, like just, I'm out. I'm out. This is follow-up from yesterday's giveaway. Let's do this. Pin family seems to be the reverse Midas Touch. That's funny. Boom, nib holders. So this was this is stuff from Jacqueline and Kaleidocraft. So yesterday we gave away one set, and I said today I'd give away the other set. So it's got the 2 nib holders, like replacement, the nib unit grabbers, and then Hermie the Hermit Crab pin rest, which is so cute. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Then I need to get it going. Are these able to fit any nib? They're made for the dip pin nibs that have this type of fitting. So most of them, right? So they can fit in like the G nibs and the Kakamoris, right? Anything with that type of, sorry, it's not coming in. With that type of fitting. So I think most of them. They will work with Yobo number 6, really? Interesting. All right. Let's go. Exclamation point waffle. Exclamation point waffle. Anyone can enter. Anyone can win. You don't have to be a follower, member, subscriber. You don't have to live in the United States. I ship worldwide. You must be present to win. And you must email me your shipping address if you do win. Well, you just have to win this one, Wheezy Fast. Oh, this one has, I didn't notice this yesterday. This one has scales on it. Very cool. Cool. Boop. Boop. Oh my God. Shouldn't have picked up my phone, chat. 8,000. How cold is Brad? It's not that bad today. It's 42. It's a little cool in the house, but I'm wearing this. What stationary items are you most desirous to obtain? I don't have any desirous items right now that I can think of. I don't think I have anything on my list right now. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do I even have a list? Yeah, nothing like insanely specific, I don't think. More of a you'll know it when you see it type of thing. I am colder than cool. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad. My tongue froze. Rip. Did you say you're going to the Cali Pin Show? I am not. I am not. I'm probably not going to be at a show until Atlanta, which feels really, really weird. Feels really weird. Picked up a pen from Stanford Pen Studio. I'm so impressed by it. I really like it. I really like mine. That's another one I need to ink up. Pittsburgh Real Feel, -3. My most desirous item is a tall fountain pen themed Hawaiian shirt from Sugar Turtle. He doesn't make talls. Dang. Will Spoke be there? Where, California? Spoke hasn't done any pen shows yet. One of these years, maybe. I wouldn't mind doing it. I just got to work so far ahead of that. Like, I could do it. I just got to... It's a lot of moving parts, literally. But, I don't know. That's something maybe Brian and I should think about a little bit more. Marshmallows count as breakfast if you cook them over the fire. I don't know why they don't count as breakfast just out of the bag. You just ordered a Spoke yesterday? Nice. I'll be shipping this afternoon. Wet Pen Deception Pass is permanently in the Stanford Dragon I got from a cool dude. Nice. I forgot about the dragon. That dragon is sick. I feel really weird. How come breaking into some new pants? I don't get it. Yesterday was -15. Hey, at least the Pittsburgh baseball team has a bright future ahead. I was reading baseball prospect list yesterday. I got some good ones on the way. Model 8 Orange Splash. I have no clue. I really appreciate it how Slumberland Studio thinks I have any clue what's going on with what Brian's making. You would think we'd talk about it. We just don't. He just goes, boom, here. I'm like, sweet, looks good. It's mostly because we have a lot of things, but we can't make it all at once, right? So, whenever Brian makes something, that's what we get. It's only been 50 years for Baltimore to have a great season, and I'd say it was a letdown last year. I expected more. Last year. Is Brian's last name Wrecker? No. Be happy for those if Pete does well. I miss my polar bear. Yeah, like, we'll see. Didn't they move the fences back? Oh, they moved the fences in a little bit a couple years ago. Camden. All right, 30 more seconds. We'll give this away. Do you have input when Brian designs pins? Oh, yeah, totally. Like, I have a lot of input on the design process. I'm just saying, after we manufacture and we have parts for assembly, then Brian just makes whatever he feels like. But on the design process, oh, yeah, totally. I'd say I have a lot of say. Yeah, the design process is collaborative. I get a lot of prototypes and a lot of CAD drawings. All right. Let's close this up. Could you let Brian know I'm bugging you? No, you're not bugging me. Never a bug. All right, giveaway's closed. Never a bug. It's just I don't have any answers. But you would think I would. I just don't. I've been pretty consistent about having no clue on that. All right, let's pick a winner. Boom. Sinister Grackle. Birthday. Day after birthday. Close to birthday. I usually know what the single next thing coming out is when he posts it on Instagram. Like, no lie. I was like, oh, I guess I'm getting those this week. Sinister Grackle, you win. All right, Sinister Grackle. Pick a breakfast buddy. And then email me your shipping address. I'll ship this today. First time? Seriously? Sick. 2 first-time winners today, which I would have bet both had won at least maybe once before. That's awesome. All right, so you got to pick a breakfast buddy. It's the most important part. I know it's tough. I know it's tough to choose between Florence the Egg or Kevin the Bacon, but, you know, we're just waiting. Just whatever. Take your time. No big deal. Let's go with Florence the Egg. All right. I know that was tough. Got it. Boom. All right, email me. hello@penaddict.com. This is going directly into the tote bag that goes with me to the shipping department with all y'all's stuff in it. I'll see if I can find... Probably have some spoke stuff I can give away. Boom. All right. We're going to wrap it here, chat. Thanks for hanging out today. Tomorrow, podcast 9 a.m. Mostly catching up on stuff. There's an 80s channel on Twitch. 80s what? Music, commercials, TV. Family Ties. What's on there? Yeah, back tomorrow. 9 a.m. podcast. Need your P.O. box? Exclamation point P.O. Thanks, Brad, for the unpaid sponsorship. Shh. You know you're paying me on the back end. So there's the P.O. box. Check it a couple times a week. Yeah, tomorrow 9 o'clock podcast and 2 o'clock stream. Figure out something. What was I planning on? I got stuff to do tomorrow on stream. I got to figure out what to do. We'll do things. Pin things. Stationary things. All right. All right. We're going to wrap it here. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Be good. Use your stuff. Bye.